Now this is something, lad. I'd hate to think that you've returned to bring me this just for my sake.
You've always been there for me, Achilles, even when Father pushed me away.
Lad, all this generosity,
I somehow knew that was the case, Achilles. I wanted you...
Thank you, then. And...
It makes no difference to me either way. I spent so much of my short life...
Well, go on, stranger.
I'm just passing through.
Names are there to be forgotten, stranger. Leave me be to my eternal...
Sleeping underworld prince arises.
I'm late for work. Father's going to kill me.
Responsibility.
Sorry.
You're late, boy. Well, what is the late?
I'm sorry, Father.
It's not at all the same. The hue of Ixion's green light takes on an obviously lighter hue.
Here you go. Father always said if I wanted privilege access again, I'd have to earn it. You're my mate,
that sounds handy there.
and your songs have lifted many spirits here, including mine. Now go.
Thank you. I shall. I shall. Skillfully...
Should check the guard. The Sisyphus contract. I can buy it out. In the name of Hades, I hereby release Sisyphus from the terms of his pact.
You what? All this just for that wretched shade?
Skillfully...
Should check the garden. The Sisyphus contract. I can buy it out.
In the bottom of my heart, where once it was, I thank you truly for the thought. However, don't exert your influence on this. Not now.
You're sure? Well then, I'll wait. But I am going to ask you again. We have to find a way to fix this. Patroclus is waiting. I know that it's a painful subject, sir, but can you tell me what exactly happened in the war that claimed Patroclus and yourself? He brought it up. Said you refused to fight.
Until he died. I did refuse to fight until he died. But at that point... Look, lad. The fool of a king I served. I'd never take up arms for him. But Patroclus, he always had a different way of looking at things. As I refused to fight, he rose to the occasion, took up my armor, led my brothers in...
And after you found out, you sought vengeance?
That I did. They got me finally, of course. But not before I broke them first. The war soon ended after that. It is an awful contradiction that to quickly end war, one need only extinguish many lives at once.
Did you allow yourself to die so that you...
I don't know. Maybe. I only know that I was filled with rage. Rage that subsided soon after I arrived here. I felt empty. I never saw Patroclus again. But I learned my brothers honored my... Suppose I'd best be getting back to standing quietly about. Though that war
Of course.
A question, if you don't mind, stranger. Because I've had one nagging at me since we last discussed the subject. What exactly happened to Achilles, can you say? After I died, that is. I've heard the rumors, but I don't trust any of this boastful lot.
Well, from what I gathered, sir, after you fell, he was overcome with grief and anger. He joined the war just like you urged.
So then, he threw away his life. Soon enough after I lost mine. Yet despite vanquishing an army...
You should know, sir. You were buried together. Your ashes, that is. It was his final request. As for how he came to be at my father's house, that's something I think he can best explain. And I will do everything I can to make sure that he has the opportunity.
Our ashes, you say? Together? The fool. We could have lived, not been reduced to meal for the worms. But I appreciate the information, stranger. Now, please go. The stuff about his ashes and my own, that was all new.
No need to even ask forgiveness, sir. Achilles is one of my closest friends, but he doesn't care to talk about it.
Oh, we've all seen our share of pain by now. But knowing that he cared for me in the end.
He's doing relatively well, I think. There's a lot you've told me that he didn't know about what led up to his present state.
You told him then? Without requesting my consent to tell him first? What exactly?
Achilles, I'm sorry. I just told him about your ashes being intermingled, that whole thing, and about the pact. You told me once to send him your love and regards. This brought him no joy, only questions. You told me not to speak to father, not to him.
You're right. I should have specified. Or shouldn't have. Because what you said probably is for the best. I didn't mean to lose my temper with you, lad. It's just... Look, thank you for looking out for him.
I swear I will.
Ah, yes. I've meant to ask you something, stranger. Would you mind doing me a favor, please? If it happens to come up along your path.
No, of course, sir. What is it?
If I know my Achilles, then he's being rather guarded when it comes to this predicament we're in. How can somebody be so brash, yet hate to take unnecessary risks?
Risk it all? Risk what all? He wants what's best for you. He wouldn't want anything to happen.
It's already long since happened. I dare say that right now, provided what you've said is true, then it appears we've more to gain than lose.
I have a message for you from the fallen warrior over in Elysium, Achilles, sir.
To risk it all. He said to...
Yes. Is there...
When last he said to risk it all to me, I didn't listen to him then.
He's asking you to take another chance.
No. He's giving me another chance, I think. Leave me, lad.
Message for you from the fallen warrior over in Achilles, sir.
Sing, lad. As I'm about to risk it all, I think.
Of course, sir. What is it? I'm listening.
The pact I signed with your father. It must be buried somewhere down in the administrative chamber there. I dare...
Except that fear is for the weak, Achilles, sir.
Indeed. Besides, your father has been more abiding than I expected with how you were able to nullify the terms for Orpheus and Sisyphus alike, so... Perhaps my case isn't a lost cause yet.
I'll speak with Nyx about it the next chance I get. And I'll be careful.
You have my thanks.
I happen to be looking into our security situation here, just running background checks, that sort of thing. And I was wondering if you could help me locate an old pact signed by Achilles. Nyx. It would mean a lot. Not just to him, but me.
Achilles. We would struggle to put someone comparable in his role. Though, be that as it may. Epsilon Iota Theta, Rho Folder, middle, I believe. You are certain about this child?
Couldn't be more certain, Nyx. Should check the admin chamber for the pact Nyx mentioned.
Buried deep within the archives.
Should be able to approve a few revisions to that one with the house contractor, I think. despised Achilles pact. In the name of Hades, the shade of Achilles is hereby no longer barred from visiting Elysium. Achilles, your pact with Father is officially amended, sir. Specifically, it no longer has any stipulation barring you from entering Elysium during the indefinite term of your employment. On my authority.
What? Are you... You're serious? I mean...
You can simply leave, right now.
I should get going then, although... I'm unprepared. I didn't think it would come to this. Not that I had no faith in you, it's just...
Incidentally, there's this one glade out in Elysium I highly recommend. Go to him, sir. You've waited long enough. Fear
is for the weak. Farewell for now, lad.
Farewell for now, sir.
Not for you, Pat. Why, look who. I thought we might run into you, but how strange to see you face to face out here, lad. To see this place myself. I still can't quite believe it.
He really can't. Though I keep telling him it's true. Nothing's accomplished without risk, isn't that so? But we, of course, have you to thank, stranger. Our troubles needn't have been your concern.
Nonsense, sir. You're my friend. And Achilles. I don't know where I would even be if not for you.
Well, no need to get emotional, is there? We Myrmidons, we're not the sentimental type. Achilles is simply on break, is all. From a demanding job. You've a demanding job as well, so here, stranger, my cousin, our trouble...
Achilles, next time you're in Elysium, I thought this might be something you'd enjoy.
Ambrosia. Well, I'm honored, lad, truly. Although it's I who ought to be bestowing thoughtful gifts upon you, for what...
You have a chthonic companion, and you're giving it to me?